March, a month that symbolizes a new beginning and the celebration of a long battle with the cold. Its name is derived from the Latin word Martius, which is a word honoring the ancient god Mars, the god of war. War is defined as an open and hostile conflict between two nations, states, or groups. Next week, 64 groups will be at war with one another to achieve one goal: the 2025 NCAA Men's Basketball National Championship. From the Blue Bloods to the mid-majors to the Cinderellas, every school will share in the same exact goal: to cut down the nets at the Alamo Dome in San Antonio, Texas. There will be blood. There will be sweat. There will be tears. There will be jaw-dropping buzzer beaters, unbelievable upsets, and performances that will stand the test of time. Today, we bring to you a preview of the greatest tournament in the world. That's right. You guessed it. March Madness has arrived. Welcome to the Dabbler. What's up, Bryce?
Wow.
What's going on, man?
What is going
Hey,
on
those-
with Mark?
those
I'll ask you
tears.
that much.
Those tears, was that Adam Morrison? Did he tell you to say that?
Could have been. A lot of tears, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
First of many essay openers.
Going
Sure,
soliloquies on us.
I just wanted to say, like, shout out you guys for putting this list together. This was difficult. This
Yeah.
was really hard.
Yeah, I thought it was too.
I agree.
I didn't. I'm not super fond of my list.
Really?
I feel really good about mine.
I do as well.
I just, if there's a repeat, so be it.
I'm
But-
sure there will be.
Yeah.
So I went moments as like not necessarily an individual moment. So it could be like a collection of events making a moment.
That's kind of how I based mine too. If
Shout out Lehigh beating Duke. Whatever year that was. But
Yeah.
if they got trounced in round 2 by the 10 seed or the 7 seed, I don't care. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
I kind of based mine off of performance based.
That's nice.
Nice.
Mine was like, I pretty much just was like top 5 and then like the top 5 moments of watching it. And I just like picked those 5 and I was like, oh, yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
They're like
Yeah.
very personal and stuff. So I was like, yeah, this rules.
Mine are personal too. I don't think I have.
It's going to be great then. What are you complaining
I don't
about?
think I have anything pre the year 2000.
Well, yeah.
oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't either. I picked stuff that I watched.
Same. Stuff I remember. Do you have any OLIs, Ben, or just 5?
Just 5.
All right, Bryce, you said you have a couple of honorable mentions.
I have two.
All right, let's hear them.
The first honorable mention is one that will go down in infamy, and that for me is
Chris Webber in the timeout that never was.
5-5.
just a classic oops moment in a national championship game.
Yep.
Bonus points. Does anyone remember who that was against?
No idea.
I had to look
What's
myself.
the year? What's the year? Like 90?
1993.
I don't know.
North Carolina. I had to look too.
I was gonna guess either Duke or North Carolina just based on
Georgetown.
odds. Yeah.
I watched that documentary about the Fab Five a little while ago, and it's just kind of been resonating in the back of my head ever since. But yeah, that was my first one, and my second one is just it was personal to me because I was watching it. But do you remember Mario Chalmers
Oh my gosh, that
Kansas.
game is unreal.
against Derrick Rose in Memphis?
Yep.
That game was unbelievable. I believe that was 08.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
probably
that
right.
sounds right.
But
Yeah, that sounds
Yeah.
right.
that to me, like that was one of the, and I think Nick Collison was on that Kansas team too.
Yep.
But to me, like those were two of my favorite moments, like on the outside looking in.
Yeah.
Nice.
But
Well, yeah, let's
get
get
to the
right into the
nitty-gritty.
fives. Let's go Ben, and then me, and then Bryce in order. Just do your five. Just do number 5.
Okay, my 5, which is like kind of a weird pick, but then again, I was there. So last year, 2024 tournament, first round was in Spokane. 10 a.m. I'm watching Yale 13 versus Auburn. Number 4, Yale's down 12 with 3 minutes left in the second half, and they come back and win. I had $100 on the game, which the odds were crazy, so I won like $450, and the Spokane Arena was electric for that comeback.
That's a great one.
dang,
It was so awesome.
those Ivy League schools are super pesky.
They are so
are.
pesky. As soon because we bought the tickets and then the schedule came out and we were like, Yale Auburn, that might be the game. And it, let me tell you, it was. I had about 4 Coors Light tall boys in me at about 10 in the morning just watching
Yeah.
the Ivy League school beat up, well, squeak out a win, but have such an amazing comeback against Auburn. Auburn was so freakishly athletic. But
No, that
yeah,
team was so good with Bruce Pearl.
yeah,
They're so good.
yeah, they were crazy. But
That's
Yale just
awesome.
had one lefty white dude who could not be stopped. And I was losing my mind in there.
March Madness is kind of a celebration of the whites.
Sometimes.
We're here.
My list might be.
Speaking of whites, my number 5 is the 2010 national championship, Butler and Duke.
Gordon
which,
Hayward.
Gordon Hayward.
might be one of the best executed basketball games I've ever watched by Butler, and still came
Yeah.
up short.
That whole run.
Yeah, the whole run. Brad Stevens coaching out of his mind.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They were so good. That game is like the most, like if you want to watch how basketball should be played and the level that you have to compete at to win, like that, every college should be watching that game this week.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Oh, agreed.
Incredible.
I think the final was like 61-59 or something
yeah,
like that.
exactly.
Yeah,
like-
what was it?
And
Sports
Gordon
Science.
Hayward's rimmed out.
He
Mhm.
missed by
half
like
court.
3/4 of an inch, according to Sports Science.
Yeah.
Sports Science.
Yeah, crazy. Bryce, you're number 5.
My number 5. Unfortunately, it happened during the COVID season. But how awesome would that have been with a full packed arena for Jalen Suggs half court bank shot to beat UCLA?
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Would have
I
been
mean,
awesome.
I try to forget that they got rolled by Butler or Baylor.
Don't
in the
even worry about
championship.
it.
But
He-
it's like, shout out Gonzaga. I had to throw one in there
That's
for
on
them.
me.
But to me, that was an awesome moment to see.
yeah, it was an incredible moment. Is that on your list, Ben?
Yeah, it's my number 1.
No. Shoot.
That's my one, but it's very specific because it was COVID. All my friends were home from college. Nobody was really working. We watched the entirety of March Madness with like 4 TVs in my living room. Everyone would come over in the morning and we'd just watch all day, drink, have fun.
Oh, yeah, you're locked in.
We were locked in.
Yeah.
It's day 1 all the way through. We're all going for Gonzaga. Hits the buzzer beater. We had nothing but time, so we were like running around the parking lot, like shooting champagne bottles all over the place. It was,
Yeah.
yeah, it
And
was.
I think UCLA was like an 11.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
But that team with Johnny Usang and Tiger Campbell,
They were
like, that
so
team was
good.
loaded.
yeah,
Jaime Hawkins
yeah.
was a freshman.
Hawkins, yep.
Yeah, that game was incredible.
That game was awesome. All right, Ben, you're number 4.
My number 4. The 2011 Jimmer Fredette March Madness. Jimmer! I mean, as a kid who just wanted to shoot threes for my entire existence, watching him, even though he was on BYU and I was going for Gonzaga, it was unbelievable what he was doing.
Yeah, he dumped 40 on him.
Yeah, he dumped 40 shooting from the logo with people in his face constantly.
Speaking of the whites, Jimmy Fredette.
Jimmer. I mean, this is my whole list. So
That was
for
awesome.
my next one, you guys are going to be like, hey, no way.
My number 4, and could have been much higher, is the Curry run.
Yep.
2008.
Dang it.
40 in the first round, 30 in the second, 33 in the Sweet 16, 25 in the Elite Eight, lost to Kansas.
Yep.
Just incredible. Took ESPN and the world by storm. LeBron was watching in the Sweet 16 in person. It was a whole thing. It's like he redefined how to shoot a basketball.
Yep.
That was awesome.
I think you stole one of Bryce's.
Yeah, sounded like it did.
What gave it away? No, luckily I had a backup.
Nice.
Ooh, backups.
Beautiful.
No, I actually did have 2008 Steph Curry, A Star Is Born.
Ooh.
Nice.
Give me 2012 Wichita State.
Oh yeah, good run.
Oh,
Baker,
yeah.
Van Fleet,
Yeah, Freddie Van Fleet.
the way they ran through Gonzaga and honestly the entire West region, made it all the way to the Final Four.
That was a super fun team to watch. I kind of forgot all about that one.
Yeah, I forgot. I remember Van Fleet. I just couldn't remember Baker.
Yeah. Van Fleet, every time I see him on TV in the NBA, I'm like, oh yeah, Wichita State.
Wichita State.
Oh,
That was a cool run.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
So that was your number 4, right?
4.
All right, Ben, number 3.
And my number 3, 2013 National Championship. Michigan. Louisville. First half, Spike Ulbrich. 17 points. Career high.
The first half.
In the first half, pushed him up into a big lead, rode it all the way through on his shoulders. Kid barely played.
Pretty sure I had Louisville to win it all that year.
Well, and the big deal about that one was it was the only game I got to watch of March Madness that year because I was at La Salette. Threw up the projector. He was number 4. I was number 4. He was 6'2", white, shooting threes, knocking them down. I was like, this is my guy. I'll remember it for the rest of my life.
Nice.
It was electric.
I don't remember Spike.
You don't
Bryce,
watch.
Bryce, you remember that?
I do not remember him.
Oh, you guys gotta watch. Just fire up. There's a YouTube video. It's all 17 points. Ridiculous.
That's cool.
His entire career high in one half.
Yep. In the national championship, it's the coolest possible.
That's super cool. I forgot to highlight in Curry's run the second game when he dropped. No, the first round when he dropped 40, 30 of them were in the second half. To beat Georgetown in the first round.
Davidson.
My number 3, we already talked about it, Jalen Suggs.
Yep.
Game winner. I was at the bowling alley bar
Yeah.
in Post Falls with, I think, like Tom and maybe, I feel like Jeff was there for some reason. It was like a weird group, a weird random group.
Was it packed?
Super packed.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the COVID year was wild because like if you were at a bar, it was absolutely slammed and the stadium was empty. It was so weird. Well, at least for us.
Yeah, it was incredibly
Up in North
packed.
Idaho.
And we went back there for the championship
Yeah.
that they lost. So that was my number 3. Bryce, your number 3?
My number 3 goes back to 2006. A little Cinderella team called George Mason
Oh yeah.
running through the tournament. I think that was like one of the first real mid-majors that we actually got to witness
Oh,
run through.
100%. Yeah.
And,
I know we watched that. That was when you and I were filling out brackets on paper.
right.
Yeah. That was wild.
Yeah,
And
but
then
yeah, they were an 11 seed.
I tried to find reporting on it and proof of it, but I thought I remembered on Sports Center back then that they were saying that there was a guy who was betting in Vegas who had George Mason in the Final Four.
Mm-hmm.
And he was interviewed and he was like, "Oh, George Mason? Oh, I must have been drunk. I meant to put George Washington, who was in the
Right.
same bracket." And he was just drunk because George Washington was his alma mater.
Oh.
And so he picked George Washington as a 16 to go to the Final Four, but mistakenly picked George Mason and had the best bracket in the world.
Buco bucks.
But I tried to find reporting on it and I couldn't find anything. So it didn't make my list because I wanted to name that guy and have that be my number one.
Oh,
Just that
sweet.
That'd
guy.
be awesome.
But yeah, that's it. All right, Ben, you're number two. We're getting down to her.
Number
dos.
2, the 2016 National Championship.
Another natty.
I'm a sucker for natties.
Oh, yeah.
Villanova, North Carolina.
Jenkins. The
Jenkins
greatest
three.
step into a three-pointer of all time.
Right after Marcus Page hits the most ridiculous double pump three
Oh,
to
yeah,
tie.
yeah. I remember that, watching it in person.
Yeah.
That was sweet.
It was awesome. And it was another one of those times where it was like me and all my buddies.
Mhm.
We were just graduated high school, just having the time of our lives, and this game was unreal. We're all screaming and yelling.
Mhm.
It was awesome. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, that's sweet. A little handoff pass from RG Diacono.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Archie Diacono.
Yeah,
white.
well, that is my number two as well.
Oh,
Chris Jenkins,
it's awesome.
game winner. It's
Chris
my number
Jenkins
two.
is awesome.
That
player.
was a
Love
moment.
that dude.
That was an incredible moment.
Yeah.
Love that. All right, Bryce, you're number two.
My number two. Sorry, fellas. No Chris Jenkins on this list.
Hey, Bryce, real quick, don't steal my number one.
Do it.
We might be tied. It might be both at the top of our list, but my number two pick goes back to 2003. Give me Carmelo Anthony
Mello.
and Syracuse
Hughes.
and the run they went on to win the whole thing as a freshman.
He was such a monster in that tournament.
He was. I don't remember what they were seeded. I want to say it was 3.
They were a 3, yeah. They were a 3. It's funny, I was looking at that yesterday, that game, or that run. For some reason, I thought in my mind that the whole conspiracy when he pump faked on the 3 and left his toe on the ground and the guy flew by and then he knocked the 3 down. For some reason, I remembered that was like a game winner. And I went back and looked, and it was like halfway through the second half. I was like, oh.
Maybe not.
I was like, where is Carmelo's game winner? Why can't I find this thing? It was not a game winner. They kind of beat up on everybody.
Yeah, it really wasn't close, but I mean, winning the whole thing as a freshman, that's a,
Yeah, and he was clearly the best player on the court in every game.
not even close.
Yeah. And I think he had a double-double in all 4 games, or all 6 games. That's a good number 2. All right. Ben, we already know you're number 1.
Jalen Suggs, baby.
Any
Gonzaga.
additional thoughts?
No. I mean,
Sweet.
the cardiac Kemba clip. It's not from March Madness. The Kemba Walker step back game winner.
Against Pittsburgh.
Yeah, again over JaVale McGee to win. It was in the Big Ten tournament right before March Madness.
Big
That
East.
that would be my OL. Big East, you're right. I'll mention that guy because it's incredible.
Well, that's unfortunate because I did not remember it that way.
You thought it was March Madness.
And I just wrote him straight into my number 1.
There
Didn't
you
do
go.
any
All
research.
right, well, I just screwed you over. That's my bad.
That means I need to come up with a 1 on the fly.
That is too funny.
Cardiac Kemba.
You know what I'm going to go with? Just because recency bias and because cardiac Kemba is not eligible.
Non-eligible. It's no.
I'm going to go with Zach Edey's run last year. He was pretty incredible. Everybody doubted him every round. Every round they're like, well, can he hang up? Can he hold up? Is he going to be able to be effective against this guy, against that guy, against the other guy? And he was good. They didn't win, but he was good.
He was good.
And same exact doubts going into the NBA, and he's good.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say. Cardiac Kemba is my favorite college basketball
It's not
moment
even
of
close.
all time.
It's not even close.
He stepped back like 14 feet.
Yeah. The call. It's all about the call.
Oh, the call's great. Yeah.
Well,
Number one, Bryce.
no icebreaker here. I had Cardiac Kemba 2011.
Dude, I knew that you and I were gonna have that high up. 'cause
Okay,
we've
what are you
talked
guys
about that
doing?
100
It's
times.
not March Madness.
Well, just a second. The Big East tournament used to be like the thing to watch.
Yeah, preach.
That's true.
UConn, St. John's, Seton Hall,
Marquette.
Marquette, like that was like the tournament before the tournament. And yeah, he had the big step back. But if you remember, they were only a 7 seed
Mhm.
Yeah.
even after they won the Big East. So, I mean, they had to make some serious noise. I don't remember who they beat, but wasn't that Jim Calhoun's team? Shabazz
Mhm.
Napier?
No,
Shabazz.
Shabazz-
is later.
Shabazz was a freshman, I think, because later is when he had his big moment.
Okay.
The rebound that
Yeah,
tipped
yeah,
back
yeah,
to
yeah,
him
yeah,
to
yeah.
win it,
Yeah. That
which
was
was
later.
in like the Elite Eight or something.
Shabazz.
I think Shabazz Napier might have been on that team, but it was coming off the bench.
Okay.
I think. Yeah.
I
Well,
mean,
that's
it's
too bad.
it's the greatest
It's the
college
greatest.
moment of
Yeah,
all time. It's
it's
not even
awesome.
close.
I literally didn't even look it up. I was like, I know it's against Pitt, and I know it's in in March Madness, and I just wrote it down.
Isn't it JaVale McGee who he hits the shot over?
I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
If my
He broke his ankles.
yeah, he's like falling over. It was the start of him being on every highlight, but the wrong side.
Yeah.
It's Matt.
What an incredible moment that was. Good
Yeah.
list by everybody. Well done. Looking forward to the tournament this year, Bryce.
I am. I got. This is my favorite Sunday coming up, fellas. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie.
Selection Sunday.
Selection Sunday. That's
Are
up there for me.
Are you writing them out again on paper?
I'm gonna write them out on paper. I'm gonna write them out online. One of them's got to be right.
Yeah. One of them's got to be right.
Figure if I
course.
fill out 15 of them, I should have a good chance.
We gotta fire the old league back up and get it
Oh
going.
yeah.
Anybody- Has anybody watched any college hoops this year?
I've watched a couple of halves of different games,
Me too.
so I'm ready to rock. and
I'm
roll.
ready to rock.
All
dude.
I know is I'm gonna carry the flag to the top of the mountain.
Yeah, brother.
Cooper flag to the mountaintop. Man.
Also, I'd love dude, Gonzaga's they're Cinderella.
I know. I want to see a Gonzaga Cinderella run. They can't get it done when they're highly
They
ranked.
can't.
So maybe this is
Maybe
their
this
year.
is the year.
Battle
Yeah,
tested.
Being around 10 seed.
When's their tournament? Saturday? Their final? Or is it Sunday morning?
Did they win their semifinal?
Yeah, they're in the final against St. Mary's. It's the beginning of the run, Bryce.
If they win the WCC, they'll be like a 6.
Oh,
If they-
at most. I think they're
if
projected to be
lose,
like a
they'll
9 or a 10.
11. The committee will get them in.
Oh, they'll be in.
They'll be in.
Yeah. They're exciting to watch.
Mm-hmm.
And if they go up against I don't even know. Sleeper picks for this year, anybody?
I don't know that I know enough to guess that. I haven't dove into my homework yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would.
I know all the money's going to be on Duke and Auburn.
Oh, here's my Here, this is not going to surprise you one bit. I'm going to have St. John's going a long ways.
Yeah, shout out St. John's, Rick Pitino.
Yeah, baby. Rick Pitino.
Hasn't won the Big East in 40. I mean, granted, the Big East is not the Big East anymore.
It was today.
Oh, it was today?
They won.
Nice. What was the score?
58-51.
Gonzaga wins. The WCC.
They won the. They
Yeah,
won the West Coast.
Yeah, they won. They beat St. Mary's by 7.
Oh wow.
That's kind of impressive. What's their overall record? Don't they have?
8 losses.
Yeah. I bet they'll be a 6 or a 7 seed.
Yeah, maybe 7. Yeah, 7 or 8. I'd say.
It's a good spot for them.
Mm-hmm.
I like them there.
They could
First,
definitely be
yeah.
sleeperish.
Going up
This
against
year.
a 10.
Mm-hmm. All those 7-10s are dangerous.
Oh, they're a coin flip.
It's the 5-12s and the 4-13s now.
The 4-13s apparently.
Yeah, that's the new
That's the
thing.
big
and if
one.
you're Fairleigh Dickinson, it's the 116.
116.
I almost put Virginia at my 5.
The only
Just
reason
for-
I didn't put that is because that Virginia team was so beaten up and battered going into that game that
Well-
they lost to UMBC.
Mhm.
And it's a lot less embarrassing when the same exact roster wins the Natty the next year.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, well, clearly a bit of a
That's the-
fluke.
NCAA redeem team.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think their main dude right before that game had like broken his arm or something like that. So yeah,
How about the run they went on to win that
Virginia.
tournament?
Oh yeah, that was a
the
great
guy
tournament.
gets fouled.
Foul.
two,
Oh,
three free
don't
throws.
get me started on that. That is sick. That sickens me to the core.
That team. I mean, they won it all, but that team sucked to watch. Virginia, so slow.
Oh, it's like watching Syracuse's 2-3 zone all over.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
the worst.
Just so slow. Who's that coach? He
For
coached for Virginia.
Tony Bennett.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tony Bennett. He coached at Arizona for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just slows down the game his whole philosophy is limit the number of possessions and out execute,
Right.
which is so 1980s.
It's disgusting.
Yeah. It's like, let's get these possessions up. 100 possessions each.
Yeah. People want to see points. They don't want to see a 2-3 zone.
No.
They can't even spell zone, but they can spell 3-pointer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True story.
Who was even on that team?
Virginia. Who's the one guy?
He had the bleached hair.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I cannot remember.
I can't either because they didn't have any stars.
They beat Texas Tech in the final.
Yeah, they did. That Texas Tech team was fun.
Yeah, they played defense.
I know that one of the guys is on.
I just remember it was funny because it was a battle of white people. Like on the
Yeah,
floor.
yeah.
the Battle of the Whites.
Who don't even know who's on that team?
One of the guys plays for the Cavs right now, and he was just interviewed the other day in a podcast I listened to, and they were talking about it. He was there for both years when they lost as a 1 and when they won it all.
Kyle Guy. That was the white.
Oh yeah, guy. Yeah.
Yep.
I can see the
Let me
last
guess.
name.
But he doesn't even remember his own teammates on the podcast.
Yeah, maybe not. I can't remember his
DeAndre
name.
Hunter.
Oh, Hunter. He
Yeah.
was the star. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't remember him.
Yeah, he's on the Cavs too.
Kyle Guy shot 42% from 3.
Eee. March Madness favors the Whites.
Just find the whitest team out there and just put money on them.
Yeah, that's dude. Why do you? Well, I bet $100 on Yale during warm-ups. I was like, ooh.
Put 500 on Cornell.
Yeah.
Yeah, who's winning the Ivy League this year?
It's a good question. That's what we got to put
Harvard.
money on.
Yeah, Harvard, Yale, Princeton, Columbia. No.
The semifinals: Princeton, Yale, Dartmouth, Cornell.
Dartmouth. There we go.
Yale's 20-7. Should be them.
Yeah.
Hopefully that kid's still on the team. I'm back, dude. I'm gonna get a Yale jersey.
NIL deal.
Just ask old Father Michael McMahon if he's got an oldie he can ship to you.
hey, yo, Padre, you got a game worn?
Yeah, probably fit you. He's a little taller than you, but
A little bit. He's 6'6",
I
dude.
know. I know how tall he is.
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh man, how was Arizona, Bryce?
Arizona was fantastic.
Yeah,
It was 80 degrees. Yeah, it was a little warm. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how people live there in July and August,
oh,
but yeah, the weather was perfect for when we were down there. And then that night shift was awful. I'm so glad that's done.
oh yeah, you're done with that.
Yeah.
What were you were working what, 6 to 4?
Yeah.
Oh,
It
kill
was
me.
brutal.
What are
It was
you What are you on to now?
another stair, but this was day shift. It's actually a building that we already completed, but now they're doing TI work on the floors above. So, yeah, there's just a simple 2-flight stair going in from level 7 to level 8 in this building. We call it the Ocho.
Does it have 8 floors?
It's called the 8. No, it actually has 43,
Okay.
but it's called the 8.
Is it 8 businesses? Is it 8?
No, it's been bought out by Pokemon of all things.
The hell are they doing there?
What does Pokemon need 43 floors for?
I do not
Hiding all
know.
their Charizards.
It's all the Asian children.
They haven't even moved in yet.
Because there's no stairs, dude.
How are they going to get to 43?
The elevator.
Right. Fair enough.
Right. Yeah, but what if there's a fire?
Roll.
There's a lot of Charizards in there. There might be some fires.
I know.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know anything about the Pokeballs.
Yeah, I mean, neither. Pokeballs.
Pokemon bought a
Bears.
43. What is going on over there?
Yeah, Bellevue, man.
That sounds like a front.
Where all the money is.
Yeah.
They probably just make so much money they had to buy something to.
Just going to rent it out.
They bought it at the end of last year. Like, oh, I don't want to pay taxes. Let's buy a $100 million building.
And call it the Ocho.
The 8.
Yeah.
The 8.
The 8, but we call it the Ocho.
I like that.
ESPN The Ocho used to be a fun channel to watch.
Yeah. No one cares about watermelon spitting seed.
No. Oh, man.
Is this a cable thing?
Yeah.
Ugh.
You don't remember The Ocho?
I did.
It was the most random of sports. Occasionally there'd be like low-level pro rugby in like Kazakhstan on The Ocho.
They just start doing jujitsu halfway through.
Yeah, sometimes. This is the most random thing. Like, you turn it on and it's like handball, and then it's polo, and then it's rugby, and then
I
it's
saw
like,
some episodes up in Canada
like
when we
cross
were up
country
there.
skiing.
and they were like running up and down this obstacle course, but it was full of lube. So they just kept
Yeah.
running and slipping all over.
I thought that was a
It's the most
Chinese game
ridiculous
show.
scene. It's the most ridiculous thing you could watch at midnight.
That's awesome.
They had the little cheerleaders out and everything, and like, yeah, it was ridiculous.
You gotta look up at some point German soccer on ice.
I've heard about this.
It's one-on-one soccer, but they're wearing like flat like dancing shoes with absolutely no traction, and they're wearing full hockey gear, playing one-on-one soccer on like a 40-foot little like mini ice rink.
How do you get into that?
I don't know. I saw it on Instagram. I was like, "What is this?" And the announcer's going nuts in German. And they can barely move. They're taking the tiniest little steps because if they try too hard, they'll fall on their ass.
This is insane.
It was hilarious.
This sounds like Sean McDonough on football. And he lunges forward for a 2-yard gain.
Yeah.
Okay, bud.
All right.
All right, dude. Well, enjoy your selection Sunday coming up. I will be sending you an invite to compete on ESPN with a bracket.
Okay.
And this is the year I'm going to beat you.
Pretty sure beating you was not the problem. The problem was losing to your wife. That always upsets me.
I know. She does always beat me. It's annoying.
Oh, because they have awesome colors. No.
I literally go through the list and I give her the number and the name of the school. And she goes, so-and-so. And that's the whole thing.
Nice.
That's how she picks.
Yeah.
And then I think last year I whooped her, but usually she's right there.
Last year I did an 18-leg parlay. I just picked like kind of middles.
First round?
First round. 18-leg parlay. I just had my girlfriend, I just would be like, all right, and I'd just do mascots. It'd be like the Pirates versus, whoever.
Whatever.
The Bulldogs. And she'd be
the
like,
Bulldogs is a good.
I like Pirates. And I'm like, sure.
Yeah. You gotta simplify it.
Yeah. It was 18 legs. I think 11 hit before I lost one. It was wild. I was losing my mind.
I bet.
It was like $1 to win like 25,000.
What do you do for like Bucknell? I don't even know who that.
I don't even.
Bison?
I was Googling them. I don't know all the mascots.
Bucknell. Who knows?
Yeah, it was wild. The Sycamores. She didn't like them.
No.
No.
Nobody does.
I think that's what I lost on. It was
Sounds
like
a bad batch of lemonade.
Yeah, they're gonna win. That's Indiana State, right? No.
Possibly.
Yeah, Indiana State Sycamores. They were in the tournament that year, and they were favored to win. And I was like, the Sycamores, and she's like, that's stupid, and picked somebody bad, and I was like, oh.
Come on, upset.
Are you sure?
Are you sure about that?
You sure about it?
No, man. All right,
I think
Bryce.
it's just crazy how the first round is always nuts, and then everything kind of seems to fall into
Yeah,
place.
it's weird.
Yeah, it seems to. The second round is less nuts, and then from there it's usually pretty chalky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why like 90% of the Cinderella runs end at the Sweet 16.
Yep.
Right.
St. Pete's.
Shout out St. Peter's.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, dude. Well, thanks for putting a list together and coming on. And we'll have you on next week to kind of see what our brackets look like. Maybe just reveal who our final four teams are and what we're looking forward to.
Hell
I'll
yeah.
probably have one gone already. So
On Tuesday.
we'll see.
Playing.
I hope Gonzaga doesn't get a play in. Oh, they won their tournament. They won't.
They won, yeah.
No, they got the automatic. Yeah.
Sweet, dude. Well, have a good one. We'll talk to you later.
See you, Bryce.
All right, fellas. Take care.
Bye. We will come back with part dos, where we will be much less rigid and much more ridiculous. Adios, human beings. Hey, question, boys.
Yeah.
See.
Did you guys ever in the afternoon really low on the energy, looking for that jitterless pep in your step?
On occasion.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
I got the answer for you.
Yeah.
Say hello to Dubby Energy.
Dubby
Camera?
Energy.
Dubby Energy.
Kind of like the W there. It's almost like you're going to get your win. Like a W.
Like a W.
Yeah.
Let me tell you right now. Tons of flavors. Jeff, give us an example of a flavor they
Actually,
got.
one of the flavors, this one's my favorite. Personally, I'm going to be purchasing this. It is called Grandpa's Denture Water. Let me read the description to you here.
That sounds horrific.
Yeah, this is the
It's
flavor.
got to be good, though.
The flavor profile. Ever heard of a pitaya and mango combo? It's all Grandpa's favorite treats right before bed. This is why his denture water is always tasting pretty good. Those dentures soak in that water overnight. I'm getting goosebumps right now.
Oh, yeah.
And create a really nice concoction
Sounds
of pitaya
nice.
and mango.
Forget
It's really
Blue
sweet
Chew.
and fruity. And you're just happy to have your grandpa around. Cheers. Drink up.
That's awesome. Yeah, like
Nice.
well said. Forget Blue Chew.
Yeah.
Get W Energy.
Get some
Dubby Energy.
Dubby.
W Energy online. 10% off. Use promo code DABBLE. Please. It is delicious. This one right here, look at this. This is green apple. Look at the color. Does that look green to you? It's not green. You know why? No artificial colors. No sugars. No additives. Tastes a little chalky. You know why? Vitamins. That's why. Anyways, go get your W Energy.
Cancer free. W Energy.